Hello again and welcome back. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you for taking the time. I'm Hello Good Game. You may know. Check out my other YouTube channel where we play Magic the Gathering all the time, every day, for years now. But recently, doing some trading videos. I've been trading for a while, just as long as I've been playing Magic, honestly. And recently, just trying to journal my progress, review, what I'm doing day to day, and that's really gonna help me fine tune my craft and improve into the future, right? So, join me along within this journey as we break down my day trades and the general market. We're gonna review the S&P 500 and maybe take a look at crypto as well, just general liquidity, see where we're going, and of course, basing on all this on where we've been. So, first things first. INHD, our big winner today. Now, this was a day 3 inside bar with a morning reversal with the 200 reclaim. That's going to give us our entry, and then our stop loss is below the swing low here. So, very nice. Now, day 3 inside bar, if you're unfamiliar, is when we have our original volumetric bar, right? Where this 140 all the way up to $6. Now, that is humongous. Which is great. But day 2, we want to see an inside bar consolidation, right? Where it's low volume and it's not breaking the low of day 1 or the high of day 1, right? It's within the body of the candle here, right? And that's our day 2 candle on low volume consolidation. Then day 3, we want to, break above the candle, break above the wick, and the rest is going to be history. So this is interesting because we also have the gap on the 1 day that we were challenging on day 1. Right now, we played this stock just a couple days ago, and we're back at it again today, which is great. So eyes are on it because of this, right? And then we see some action on it, but it rejects, holds the 200, right? So really looking at the moving average here. Tries to reclaim again, but ultimately breaks down immediately. So VWAP is, not able to reclaim, but the 200 is really acting as support. However, we do lose it on the bearish setup here, right? But now this is where things get spicy because we know we're watching it for a day 3 inside bar, right? We know we have some action in on it, right? We've got a volume spike here. We've got a volume spike here. Right, but the price just isn't holding. However, we get a reclaim of a key level, which in our case is the 200, right? We also have a reversal signal set, which means we can take our entry. I'm a little bit late to it, but it is what it is. And then our stop loss is below our morning low, right? Easy peasy, right? You've got a double bottom here as well. And then we want to be taking profits, obviously, at our 1-to-1, but more importantly, at VWAP. Because that is an area of rejection, right? Just 2 minutes above VWAP. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes above VWAP. So not a lot of time, right? To be above that area. However, we get a clean break, a retest, and the rest is history. So this is really nice. We get our 1-to-1 trade. Now, whether or not you got out here, which you should have because you would have known that VWAP's a place of rejection, or you get out after the halt, because this did hold up, I believe. See, it's from 734 to 739, 5-minute halt, and just clean exits. Now, this is what I really like. Sometimes you'll see my trades where we get our 1-to-1 risk reward filled, scale out, but then it just dumps immediately, and it's like not good. Because what if you went to the bathroom? What if something happened there? It's just not the way you want your trades to be lining up. I want just nice confirmed scale outs, and we get that here today at that 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, and our 5-to-1. The initial run went as high as a 6.5-to-1, and then in the afternoon, we do break down, but you know what we're reholding still? That 200 from earlier. The 200 from earlier is still holding, not once, but twice, and then VWAP again as well. The midday continuation signal, that's when our 200 crosses VWAP, right? And then we fill our gap. Oh my gosh. That was aggressive. Like, what a wicked move from 550 all the way up to 711, 713 to fill that gap, which is, an inefficiency in liquidity. There's a lot of orders here that weren't interacted with because the price just slapped through it. So now we work back in to clear out those orders, which is awesome. Rejecting it down, and we'll see how this goes tomorrow because we did have our reversal on the 1-day set here as well. So if this can hold the 200, maybe it expands upwards further. I don't know. I don't know too much about this stock, but what an amazing jump up from lows here, right? Because this, got absolutely obliterated and then just tracked sideways for months, right? Literally from May all the way until August here. And then, in a matter of days, we're back in action Jackson. So that was really nice. Day 3 inside bar. This is how we play it, right? We have the top candle, the top wick, which is going to translate for us here, right? Here's our top of the candle. Here's the top of the wick, which we are aiming for. And then we do eventually get that breakout, which is awesome. And this is pretty crazy important. Like, you see how we get that morning run, but then we bleed down. But we're not only holding the 200 here, but we're also holding the body of that candle, right? Which is really, really good as far as continuation on a day 3 is concerned. So a really nice play for us here today. It went as high as 69% from our entries, which is awesome. And then I guess a couple more things that we can take a look at. We didn't end up playing anything today, but we always are watching. There's no news on this, but got a nice run this morning. I happened to put it on my watch list. It didn't do anything really at all. Why is this on my watch list? This is brutal. It had that after hours action, which we like. It's post earnings, which we like. The current day volume, 1.5 million, is like 10x of the 30-day average. So the relative volume here is really good. We like that. It just didn't do anything, right? Couldn't get any traction. NBY, and no catalyst, right? No news, no catalyst. People are going to go towards something with news. For example, NBY announcing a one-time special cash dividend of 80 cents per share, which is aggressive, and this is trading, at 90 cents, and they're going to give you 80 cents per share. People are going to be buying this up, right? So as high as, $2, which is pretty cool. Market cap is itty bitty. Average day volume's not that low, right? So the relative volume isn't as aggressive as we'd like it to be. It looks like we were playing this the other day. Oh, we were playing this post earnings. Okay. Well, we got stopped out, right? We're not in this trade anymore. That's kind of how some of the times these things go. What would that have been? Ooh, 80%. Tasty. If only our stop loss was a little wider here. No, I don't think I've been in this trade for a while. Yeah, I think we're getting out right here. But nonetheless, that's pretty cool. I always like to scroll back a little bit, see where the stock's been, see where it's going, right? So we're going to have eyes on this into the future, right? So maybe tomorrow we get an inside bar forming, right? And then we can look at it for day 3, right? STSS is our last to look at today. Now, this was a bit of a midday runner, and kind of like a messy day 3, because it technically did hold it, but when you look at it on the 1 day, because it is in after hours, it doesn't hold up, right? So here's your first bar on that big move, right? Day 2, low volume consolidation, but it's not within the body of the candle here, so that's what we don't like. However, it still kind of pays out where we see day 3 have volume return, and we break the body, we break the wick, and we reach way into this massive, massive fair value gap. And I think we were playing this like a really long time ago as well. Like a long, long time ago. I've got all these emotes here. Right here on this spike. And it's been beaten down ever since. So that's, lots of times you don't want to stay in any of these trades because just like GameStop, you get these massive volumetric moves and then they just get crushed down. But we have a potential reversal setting here, right? So this can be interesting to watch into the future, right? Next couple days and weeks. Maybe this reversal holds and it does accumulate into a bigger move, because there is lots of room here, even to $30, consequent encroachment of this gap, or the 0.5 fib retracement of the candle. There's some room there. So that was pretty cool today. A messy day 3 inside bar. And then we look at it on the 1 day. We kind of see our levels here, right? Where we've got, a little bit of a action here, a little bit of volume. And then when we break the candle, right, then it really starts to go. And when we break the wick, that's where we get that final level of expansion, right? Similar to the INHD from earlier, right? When we break that wick, that's where you get that last bit of expansion. Break the wick, last bit of expansion. But the safe zone is when you play it from the body of the candle up to the wick, right? That's the gravy entries, and then this is like scale out your runners, right? So that's kind of what we're doing today. A nice recap on our day 3 inside bar setup and our daily plays, right? So we can take a look at the S&P 500 as well before I go really quick. NVIDIA had earnings. It is down. The market's still trending up every single day. No matter what happens, the market goes up higher, which is crazy. NVIDIA had earnings, and they were pretty good earnings, just not like crazy good is the thing. 4%, 1% beats. And not down much, down 3%, but with such a large market cap, that is going to affect, our indexes here drastically. So will it spark a sell-off? We'll have to see. Will it be immediately eaten up by a green bar? Honestly, probably. With what's been going on recently, everything else has been like World War III, giant green bar, That's just the attitude the market's had recently. So we're going to have to wait and see. Really could be like inflation really starting to come to fruition. But again, I'm not an economist by any means. So let me know your thoughts and opinions and everything in the comments below. Have a magical day, and I'll see you soon in the next.